Good news, you can still farm the event in Tokyo with the SRT Tomahawk X. So here it is, update 1.13 of Gran Turismo 7. Not too much has changed. First thing you're gonna notice, it's gonna say hot on used cars. You can get yourself a cappuccino. That is from Suzuki, 20k, and it is yours. Other than that, a few more cars in the used car market, as well as the legendary car market. Especially this one, because you need this one for one of the trophies. So, and in regards to new content, they added 3 new world circuits over here in Europe. If you go up to Spa, there's a Sunday Cup, a Clubman, as well as a Touring Car 800. We could drive with the Tomahawk as well if you want to. But yeah, good news, you can still grind Tokyo Expressway. Let me show you the tune that you want to use. Very important, start the new sheet just in case, so you have everything that you need. And just copy my settings exactly, don't miss anything. I'm gonna be running on intermediate tires, these settings here, as well as these settings here. Don't miss anything, and especially the gearbox. Make sure that every single value is exactly the same, because the values keep changing as you adjust them. So make sure that you double check them when you are done. And once you've done this and this, you should get your Tomahawk all the way back down to 578 again. And we can grind Tokyo again. This time it's gonna be slightly different. For a few reasons. I think I'm gonna try TC1 this time. So I recommend you use your manual gearbox and you use gear 6 and 7 for the most part. Oh, they are driving differently. That opening was slightly bit different than last time. So strategy is probably gonna be 6 lap, pit stop, refuel, new tires, and do it all over again. A tip that I didn't give you last time, if you press the overdrive button, you're gonna have to check your controller binds exactly which one that is for you. It actually triggers the NOS sound that you know from the other cars, but it also turns down all of the aerodynamics, which makes it a lot easier and faster for your car to accelerate. I actually think I can burn a little more fuel, so I think I will be using a 6th gear for the initial acceleration. But yeah, nothing too much has changed. This is gonna be, once again, the way for you to farm the money most efficiently. It's gonna be a little bit more than 2.5 million per hour, because you will already be doing run number 4 while you're still in 1 hour. So effectively, especially if you're fast at menuing in between, of course, quick at completing the events, you're probably gonna be more around like 2.75 to 3 million credits per hour. It really comes down to how many penalties are you gonna collect. Especially for me, like the more you grind it, the more likely it is that you're gonna do a sloppy mistake here and there and just collect penalties like crazy. But yeah, this is still the most efficient way to get yourself credits, and until they, for good, fix all of the shenanigans that you can do with the Tomahawk X to get the performance rating down, this will stay the choice of making credits. Especially the way I do it at the moment, at least. When I don't have a lot of time, I just do this event 1 time per day. I get my daily ticket, and I get 825,000 credits. And all of that together takes me about 20 minutes per day, which is great when I don't have a lot of time and I really just wanna, progress on my car collection and, maybe get some of those nicer items from the wheel spins. So, you might have noticed that we are running on intermediates, which is nice for the first 6 laps. But with the current tune, you're actually gonna stay on the intermediates. I haven't found a tune yet that allows you to switch to a set of hards or mediums afterwards. So we're gonna be doing the entire event on intermediates. But yeah, since we're gonna be running out of fuel around halfway through, as well as our tires being completely shredded, we're gonna take a pit and refresh our car. Another thing that happened with the current update is At least they said that the cars are now easy to control, especially rear-wheel drive cars on a controller. They did do their magic with the physics once again. I noticed it when I was doing Spa, the circuit experience on Spa. The car felt a lot more controllable. It didn't start randomly like drifting away from me. So I can definitely feel the difference. The next thing I'm gonna check out is also the track experience for the Nürburgring. Definitely a different experience on a controller. And I think they noticed that themselves, so those were the last two that I still have to do, Spa and the Nürburgring. Then I have those track experiences all in gold as well. But yeah, even with the new setup, while it might not be as fast as the last one, you're still gonna get really good times way below the 20 minutes. So even if you're chilling, if you collect a lot of penalties like me sometimes, you're still gonna comfortably be below 20 minutes per event. So you can do it 3 times in an hour with menuing, and you're still gonna be earning yourself 2.5 million credits per hour, which is still way better than all of the other options at the moment. So until they actually figure out a permanent fix. Whoa, yeah, my tires are shredded. I need to be careful. Shift up a gear, less torque in 6th gear. Should have more control. Wow, that immediately gave me another 15 seconds of penalty, gotta love it. Definitely gonna check out the new cups that have been added, grab the gold, finish up the circuit experiences. This is definitely gonna be a game for me where I wanna go for a full completion. So we don't need to fully recharge, but you can see we can only do wets and intermediates. Obviously you don't want to use wets, they're gonna be shredded even faster. So get yourself another set of intermediates, fuel up for the last 6 laps, and you're good to go. Get a little bit extra just in case. Let's see how this is gonna feel now, because so far we always had hard tires or medium tires during the second 6 laps of the event. Definitely notice the slower lap times, not just because I had to dodge traffic, but the track is getting dry. Really no point switching to 7th gear here. You're not gonna have enough time to even utilize any speed beyond 500. You mostly need the 7th gear for the long straights, especially here. You hit the boost, 6th gear, you're gonna get up to 500. But all of that, is micromanaging. You don't really need to do it, especially if it's gonna give you extra penalty time. It was not worth it. Then it's better you just do the entire event in 7th gear, Take it a little bit more chill. Just make sure that you don't hit the walls. You're usually gonna end up with a better time. I've definitely seen it for myself when I limited myself to 6th gear only for the long straight. And I barely used it for the rest of the track. I actually ended up with either the same and sometimes even faster times, because it's so much easier to avoid collisions with the speed of the 7th gear. But since the opponents are not really a problem and losing minutes here and there doesn't really matter that much, unless you're planning to grind this event for the entire day, then you can play the game however you like. One thing I noticed though, like once the tires are dead, as they are right now, 5th gear is gonna make you spin even more easily. So by the way, this is what it looks like when you press overdrive. As you can see, all the aero gets into the car, less resistance, less drag. I was definitely more comfortable with the medium and hard tires for the second 2 laps, especially I remember I had completions around 15 minutes. Oh wow, I actually used too much fuel. Well, in that case, screw it, a new set of intermediates and get a little bit more fuel. You don't want to do that. If that happens to you, just don't use the 6th gear that much. Like that's the easy fix. That pit stop is completely unnecessary. All I needed to do was to either use more lean fuel, which I wouldn't recommend, but actually use the 6th gear less. There it is. And they also did not change the crash detection, which means you can hit cars, you can hit the wall, you're still gonna get a clean race bonus and get extra cash. Boom, and there's our ticket for the day. That's really all the time I have for today anyways. So Tomahawk is still working, the grind on Tokyo is still working. And one more thing, there's 2 new cars that have been added. Over at Subaru, you can get yourself a BRZ S from 21 as well as the BRZ GT 300. There you go, that's it. That is 1.13. You can still do what you've done before and more. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Sleep tight, definitely come back next time. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and good night.